Yikes. Y'all, open mouth, insert foot. Or not really. I'm happy to do it. So I say to my dearly beloved last night, it's been a while since I made anything special for the guys up at work. Would you guys like some cupcakes or muffins or something? He said, ooh, yeah, that would be great. And he's always very sweet. And he says, anything you make is going to just get devoured. So whatever you want to do, whatever's easiest for you. Oh, and I got to thinking, you know, I got a couple options here. Y'all come along with me while I make 50 blueberry cupcakes with the bakery topping. You're going to love this. Hang out with me. Let's get this done. Y'all, I tease. I love doing stuff like this. It brings me a lot of joy. So I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm going to start out by making the bakery crumble topping. Don't be intimidated by it. It is so simple to do. I'm going to show you how to do it. There's nothing perfectly measured here, right? I'm guesstimating. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to start off with around a couple of cups of flour, just regular old flour. I'm going to put it into a nice bowl here. I'm not being exact. I'm not being particular. There's no need for it. There's no fussing on this. Y'all, it is late spring coming into soon summer. Yay. And if you're anything like me, you are one hopping lady this time of year. On top of bookwork and homestead stuff and animal care and all the domestic chores and all the things, ain't nobody got time for that mess. So let's keep it simple. So to my flour now, you can add just regular granulated sugar, but I thought since I'm doing blueberries, I thought this vanilla sugar would amp up my game. So I'm going to do a good solid heaping half cup of my vanilla sugar, or just regular granulated if that's what you have. I'm going to do a little bit of cinnamon. And this is Saigon cinnamon, y'all. I use the Saigon for a very specific reason. It was on sale. Now, I've got about 3/4 cup melted butter. You can use margarine if that's what you have on hand. I use butter because, thank you, Mr. Avid, one of our wonderful subscribers sent us a gift of a butter churn. So I make my own. And I always have plenty on hand. Now, okay, you're going to want to watch. This is all you're doing. You want to watch the consistency. You want to get that melted butter all mixed up into your flour and your sugar and everything until it resembles kind of a crumbly mixture. That's what you want. You don't want it to be soupy. If it's too soupy, if it's too wet, and it's not giving you the crumbles that you want, just add a little more flour to it. So we're just going to mix this thoroughly in until we've got all kinds of these happy little crumbles. And then we're going to go on to the next thing. Now, Because I found them on sale for $1 a piece, I'm using regular old cake mixes. I'm using yellow cake mix. That's all I'm doing. But because it's not, I was thinking maybe 24 of these bad boys. It turns out it's 50. Yeah. I doubled it. So I'm using 2 boxes. And I'm just following the instructions on the box. Okay, so I've already got my oil and the cake mix and the water already in here. This is 6 eggs, y'all. I'm going to add this in, mix it well. I want to point out too, because some of you keep getting kind of hot with me about this. I broke the eggs off in here, and it's important to do. Now that we have a rooster in with all of our girls, you want to crack your eggs into something first. You don't want a surprise. So break your eggs into a separate container first before you add them into your whatever you're doing. All right, straight in. This is so not fussy. Okay, and we're gonna beat that up until it's all incorporated. Okay, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees. And we're going to drop our little liners right into our pan. I thought I hit start on the oven. I guess I didn't. So it's going now. We're preheating. And I only have one standard muffin tin, so I'm going to be making 12 of these at a time. But that's okay. That's okay. We look well mixed here, but I'm not going to trust it to chance, y'all. So what I'm going to do is grab one of my spatulas. And you know what? I think I'm going to use a little, oh, where's my thingy? No fret. I found my thingy. All right. We're going to clean off our batter beater, or beater bar. Words, guys. Be a YouTube content creator, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They said it's a great way to help build your vocabulary. I can't disagree with that, y'all. I have learned some very exciting new words. Things that would probably get me shut down off of YouTube if I used them. So I'm just not going to do that. All right. Let's make sure with our spatula, let's make sure that we're nice and blended and all the dry stuff is up off the bottom. And it is. Yay. Now you want to have some fun? Let's add some fruit. When you're making mass-produced muffins and cupcakes and that kind of thing, it's okay to use the frozen stuff. I'm going to get you out of the way. Excuse you, Big Burka. And again, I'm eyeballing it. Now my berries are still largely frozen. And I do that because it keeps them from, turning to absolute ick in the baking process. Okay, and we're just going to mix these berries in nice and gentle. Just fold them in. It's that simple. It literally is that simple. Okay, I've got you down here where you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to fill up our little muffin pan. We're going to put our batter in there. Now, we're not filling these all the way full, about 2/3. And we're going to try to get it in the tin instead of everywhere but in the tin. Let's do better this time. Again, there's no exact science to it. There's nothing fussy and nothing fancy. I felt a little bit bad, y'all, about not doing our live this week in the kitchen with Amy and Lauren. Amy got a hold of me last minute this morning. She had to take her daughter to a doctor's appointment. So I'm sorry that we missed that this morning, last minute, but I wanted to bring you something. So I hope you'll accept this instead. Okay. Now here's our little topping. Guys, I'm going in with my fingers. So you just sprinkle it on top. You know, if some of these crumbles feel a little big, break them up in your fingers a little bit. It goes without saying. Don't do this unless your hands are washed. All right. It is that simple, guys. Okay, that's it for now. We're going to pop these in the oven, clean up our mess a little bit, and we'll bring you back, show you the finished product. All right, see you in a few. Isn't that the way of it, friends? You're right in the middle of doing stuff, and boom, you get distracted by all kinds of flying squirrels. Okay, well, they weren't really flying squirrels, but I had to take a few phone calls. I've already taken the first batch out, and they're cooling. And now I'm going to grab the second batch out. I'm going to show you how pretty these are. They're so pretty. Look at that. Aren't they lovely? And this was super quick and easy to do. This was a matter of opening a couple of boxes, pouring it in, adding some other stuff to it, all completed, or all together, I should say. It took me maybe 10 minutes tops for prep. Another 5 minutes before they got into the oven. And then about 12 minutes in the oven per pan. So it's that super simple, guys. One more obligation met. So I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with me and doing this. Again, I felt kind of bad because Wednesday mornings are when Amy and I are supposed to go live, but something came up for her. So she wasn't able to go this morning. But I wanted to bring you along for something. So we're doing this. And it's a soggy swamp outside, so there's really not a whole lot I can be doing outside. Not and carry you guys along with me. So we're making something for somebody else to maybe lighten their day. And that's always a good thing to do. So I'm going to get the rest of these out. And I've got 2 more pans I got to do. There. And then I'm just going to box them up and send them with Joel in the morning. And that'll be fun. Hopefully, the guys will enjoy having a little homemade something. And I know they will, because they always do. They always make me feel very special when I send something. So it's a good reminder. If you can, try to be the reason somebody smiles today. It blesses you and it blesses them. Okay? So with that said, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to look up and say thank you, and do that often. Keep your attitude of gratitude even in the dark space, especially in the dark space. Keep that attitude of gratitude. God bless you, and we will catch you on the flip. Y'all be blessed, be good. See ya.